I don't think this is what any of us expected coming into tonight. I'm going to be honest. I don't think any of us expected going to a Game 7. I was confident in this group to win it tonight, clinch the pennant, but no, it's never easy. It's never easy with this club. The Phillies lose Game 6 to the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 5-1. Nola has his first blow-up inning in the entire postseason this year, giving up back-to-back home runs in the top of the second inning, a 3-run inning for the Diamondbacks. Longoria also had that RBI double to make it 3-0. And then basically your offense just no-showed. Your offense completely no-showed. You had a chance in the first 3 innings of this ball game to make a statement, to put runs on the board and put the Diamondbacks in a position they didn't want to be in. And you completely failed. You completely failed. Because you had 2 base runners on in the bottom of the first inning. Merrill Kelly made it obvious in that first inning he was not going to let Schwarber nor Bryce Harper beat him. And that was exactly the case. He walks Schwarber on 4 pitches. Harper walks. Trey Turner barely misses a home run, dies right at the warning track. So you get Alec Bohm up with 2 runners on and 1 out. What does he do? He strikes out looking on a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Yeah, it hits the inside corner of the plate, but it's still a very hittable pitch. Bohm doesn't swing at it, doesn't offer, just stares like he's been doing this entire postseason. Strikes out. And then Bryson Stott doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything at all. So, once again, Alec Bohm in the cleanup position doesn't do anything for you. He fails to come up again because you know pitchers are not going to pitch the Bryce Harper with Alec Bohm struggling behind him. That's just not going to be the case. They'll put up Bryce Harper on, they'll give him as many free passes as he wants. If Bohm's not hitting, you're not doing anything. JT gets a double in the bottom of the second. The Phillies get a run to get a really good response there. Brandon Marsh with an RBI single. You know, you have a chance to possibly do more. Schwarber walks again in the second, and then Trey Turner, in probably the worst at bat I've ever seen from him this postseason, swings at all 3 pitches in the dirt and strikes out. Schwarber worked a good count, full count, and he walked before that Trey Turner at bat. So, like I said again, it was clear that he wasn't going to allow Schwarber or Harper like guys to beat him. But then once Arizona, gets that 3-run lead as the game goes along, he's not afraid to pitch to him anymore because they got a lead, they got a cushion. Your offense was lifeless. Basically, the only guy in this lineup that showed up was Brandon Marsh. Yeah, Alec Bohm had 2 hits. They were 2 garbage hits. 2 dribblers that just snuck through. Brandon Marsh was basically the only guy making consistent hard contact. He had the RBI single, and then he also had, I believe, another hard single later on in the ball game. Nick Castellanos continues to be terrible. Trey Turner hasn't had it in a while. This offense, man, this offense goes quiet at the worst possible times. You would think, with a chance to clinch, with a chance to go to the fucking World Series, you think they would show up. You think they would show up. Now, you're probably expecting me to go on a whole rant about Aaron Nola and all that stuff. Yeah, Aaron Nola was not good today. I will say that. Aaron Nola was not the Aaron Nola that he was in the first few playoff starts that he had. Aaron Nola wasn't the primary reason why you lost tonight. Yeah, he gives up 3 runs, or 4 runs actually. He wasn't his best. But when you score 1 run, you're not going to win most ball games. That's the bottom line. When you go 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position in the first 3 innings of the ball game, you're not going to win most nights. That's the case. Yeah, the Diamondbacks went 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They scored 5 runs. They basically beat you at your own game. That's what they did tonight. And yeah, I'll give credit to the Diamondbacks. I'll definitely give credit to them. I'll give credit to them this entire series. No shame at that. I feel like we should all be giving credit to the Diamondbacks. They're fighting. They're being pests. They're finding ways to be in the series. It's not like also the Phillies are just constantly stabbing themselves in the foot too. Game 3, the offense didn't show up. Game 4, the questionable decisions when you had a 5-2 lead with the bullpen. Maybe possibly you're taking Rain or Christopher Sanchez out too early. going to your better bullpen guys earlier on in the game when you probably shouldn't have. Hoffman and all that crap. It comes back to haunt you. It came back to haunt you. You got a good win in Game 5. Your top guys showed up. And then the Diamondbacks, they made their mission today to make sure Schwarber and Harper were the decision makers in this game. They want Turner to beat you. They want Bohm to beat them. They want Stott to beat them. They want JT to beat them. Nick to beat them especially. And that's it. And those guys aren't doing shit. Basically, besides JT, because JT has had some hits in this series, Nick hasn't had a hit since the home run in Game 1. I'm looking at this entire series, the primary consistent guys in the lineup that have been consistent throughout the entire series have been Kyle Schwarber and probably Brandon Marsh. Bryce isn't getting pitches to hit. When he gets his pitches to hit, he will crush it. He has shown up in this series. Not consistently enough for my liking, but that's also to the fact that they're pitching around him to get the Bohm. Basically, yeah, just Schwarber, Harper, and Marsh. Those are the three guys that are consistently doing anything. JT's here and there. Turner showed up in the first couple of games, but then really went quiet as they went to Arizona. Stott, he had a hit, RBI hit in Game 5, but really hasn't been nothing. Bohm has been terrible. Castellanos has been terrible. And we all know Rojas can't hit. So, we all know he's overmatched. I don't know how to gauge this right now. Because right now, I have zero confidence. I have zero confidence right now. And if you want to be the team where you keep saying every time you get punched in the fucking mouth, you respond the very next day. Well, by God, this better be the fucking game you show up. By God. This is the first Game 7 in franchise history that you'll be playing tomorrow night. Ranger Suarez is going to be on the bump against Fott, who owns you in Game 3. Now, difference is that he's not in Arizona anymore. He's playing in Philadelphia, so that could definitely be a difference. Game 7 is a whole different type of battle for both teams. This will be the Phillies' first ever Game 7. The Diamondbacks, young team, young pitcher on the mound. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know. You had a 2-0 series lead. That's where Game 4 is really when this series turned around, in my opinion. Of course, because obviously that's when the series was tied. I wasn't fully panicked after Game 3. I thought they would have showed up better at a bullpen game in Game 4. Honestly, they proved me wrong. They proved me wrong in that fact. You gave the other team life. That is the bottom line. That is the bottom line. You gave the Diamondbacks life. And credit to them, they took it. You came at them in Game 5. Zack Wheeler was amazing. And your top guys did stuff. And you found a way to win. Aaron Nola wasn't, the Aaron Nola of the previous few starts. But still, he wasn't the full reason why you lost this game. It's not all on Nola. It's partially on Nola because he blew up in that second inning. But it's not all on Nola. This is all in the offense. This is all in the offense. Because if you score in the first inning and you set the tone, the game probably goes down in a different direction. The game probably has a different feel to it. Because if you get an early lead, if you get, say, a 2-0 lead, the Diamondbacks probably press a little bit more. Merrill Kelly probably doesn't settle into the game. You not scoring in the first 3 innings of the ballgame, well, you did score in the second inning, but not scoring enough. Only going 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position set the tone the wrong way. Then you give a back-to-back home runs in the top of the second inning. Nola struggled to throw strikes. And that was game from there. The only thing that you can write from this is maybe, and I'm just trying to grasp straws here to maybe find something here, that the Diamondbacks used a lot of their best relievers in this game. They took Merrill Kelly out way too early, in my opinion. He should have went at least 6. But they decided to go to the bullpen in that fact. They used, Thompson for 2 innings. So hopefully that's, shows something going into tomorrow's game. They used a lot of their best relievers in this game. So hopefully that is something. And your relievers now are plenty rested. Michael Lorenzen pitched 2 innings. Kerkering struggled again, so that's not surprising. They used Kimbrel for the fucking 8th, so that basically shows you that they're not using him in high leverage anymore. And then Soto in the 9th. So you saved Hoffman, who really needed the rest. You saved Alvarado. You saved Sir Anthony. And I guess at that point, those are the 3 main guys. You saved Strom as well, so I guess those are the 4 main guys at that point. Because I don't trust Kimbrel, I don't trust Soto, I don't trust Kerkering. I just don't. I just don't. And you know Lorenzen's not going to be used again in a Game 7. That's just not going to be the case. How long is the leash going to be for Ranger Suarez tomorrow? Rob Thompson has already stated, apparently, that Zack Wheeler could possibly be available in the bullpen tomorrow if needed. So all hands are on deck. All hands are on deck for tomorrow. That's basically what it is. All hands are on deck, and I'm sure the same thing goes for the Arizona Diamondbacks. All hands are on deck. I just find it so infuriating that you just didn't show up. You didn't bother to show up. That's 2 games this series. 2 games this series where you didn't bother to show up. Game 3, and then tonight. Game 4, you had a chance to win. Your bullpen, Kimbrel fucking blew it. Tonight, in Game 3, you didn't bother to show up. You didn't bother to show up. You better show up the fuck tomorrow. You better show up the fuck tomorrow. Now, they were spreading the message on the postgame, you know, Ricky Patalico and all that stuff. There shouldn't be time to panic. There should be no room to panic. This team should not be panicking at all because you still have another chance to go to the World Series after tomorrow. You still have a shot to win this series. And yeah, as a player, yeah, that should be the mentality. That should be the mentality. We have another chance to do it tomorrow. We have another shot. Our offense is not going to be as bad as it was today. We have another shot. Come at it tomorrow. Ballpark's going to be rocking. And we're going to find a way to do it. That should obviously be the mentality. That should obviously be the mentality. But right now, the Diamondbacks are playing with house money. They came in today. They said they didn't want to get their ass spanked. They didn't. They found a way to win. Yeah, credit to them. Credit to them. It's, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Julian, I was even going to say that. Is the travel too much for them? Because that's sad if that's the case. Is traveling back from Arizona and Philadelphia that much for them? It shouldn't be the case. It should not be the case. In my honesty, this was the best game Arizona has played all series long. Because you should have won Game 3. You should have won Game 4. This was the best game Arizona played. By far. From top to bottom. And you better hope that maybe the moment tomorrow is too much for them. But they're playing with house money. The pressure is on the Phillies. The pressure is on the Phillies. I'm seeing guys talking about the fan base and all that stuff. What is the fan base supposed to do when your team's losing 5-1? I know that's going to be the talking point. Oh, is Philadelphia not as big as a home field advantage as it is? Oh, look at this Diamondbacks team. They went in and took it. The Phillies didn't show up. The Phillies failed to show up. The fans didn't fail to show up. The fans were rocking for at least 75% of this game. They knew when the game was over. They knew when the game was over. They knew when their team didn't show any life. Because Lorenzen technically kept you involved to try to do stuff. Because when did Lorenzen pitch? The 5th, the 6th inning or something like that? Lorenzen kept you involved. And that was your shot to come back into the game. And you didn't. And you didn't. So, this fan base, as smart as we are, we knew when it wasn't enough. We knew that, you know, that's basically it. That is basically it. Like, seriously, look at the lineup today. Look at this lineup today. Schwarber, he went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Turner 0 for 4. When was the last time Turner had a hit in this series? Game 3? Bryce Harper 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Bohm 2 for 4, but he was still terrible. He had plenty of chances to drive and run. Stott 1 for 2. JT 1 for 4. He scored the lone run in this game. Marsh was your best hitter. Brandon Marsh was your best hitter. You struck out 10 times today. You went 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. You left 7 runners on base. Yeah, the Diamondbacks went 1 for 10. They also let 7 on base, but they scored 5 runs. Pitching, Nola wasn't good today, but like I said, it's not all on Nola. This is mainly on the offense. 4 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 homers allowed. 82 pitches there, only 53 strikes. Lorenzen, he was probably your best pitcher out of the bullpen. 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 19 pitches. Lorenzen came in and kept you involved. Kerkering, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 19 pitches. So, yeah, he's not going to be used tomorrow. Kimbrel, 20 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. I don't know. And then Gregory Soto threw 7 strikes, allowed 1 hit, struck out 1. Look at the Diamondbacks lineup. They had 10 hits today. Carroll went 1 for 4. Marte went 2 for 5 with 2 RBI. Moreno went 1 for 5. Walker walked twice. Pham hit the home run. Gurriel hit the home run. Thomas went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Longoria had an RBI in there. And Perdomo went 2 for 5. Everybody besides Christian Walker had a hit tonight for the Diamondbacks. Everybody besides Christian Walker had a hit, and he still got on base. Twice. Look at the Phillies' top of the part of the lineup. Schwarber 0 for 2. Turner 0 for 4. Bryce 0 for 3. Castellanos 0 for 4. And then JT 1 for 4. That is combined what? 8, 11, 15, 1 for 17. 1 for 17. Your top guys were Schwarber, Turner, Harper, JT, Castellanos. 1 for 17 combined. 1 for 17 combined. And then, yeah, if you look at Bohm's stat, Marsh and all that stuff, they went, 5 for 12. So I guess you could say they did their jobs, but still it's nowhere close to be fucking enough because Bohm with that chant in the first inning, same thing with Stott. Marsh was the only guy that got the hit, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Incredible. How you just utterly failed to show up on a big stage. Again. You failed to show up. Ranger's going to be on the mound tomorrow. Is he going to be as cool, calm, and collected as he has been usually throughout his postseason career? I have no clue. I can't put my faith right now in them. It's see it until I believe it at this point. It's see it until I believe it. Because this is why I'm so mad at this team right now. They shouldn't be, like I said, credit to the Diamondbacks and all that stuff. They single-handedly let the Diamondbacks back into the series. That's what they did. And this is also why I'm so mad. This is this team's best shot to win a World Series this year. In my opinion, this is the Phillies' best shot to win a World Series. And I still think they're going to be competitive for a little bit of time here because they still got a bunch of guys in their prime, especially, in the hitting order and all that. This is their shot this year to win it. In my honest opinion. This is my opinion. This is their best time than not to win a World Series. It just is. It just is. Because you beat the Braves again. All the top teams in the league are gone. The Astros and the Rangers, they're beating each other up, and the Rangers are currently winning right now 3-1. They knocked Christian Javier out of the first inning. It's currently 3-1, I believe, in the bottom of the second, bottom of the third, I believe, if that's the case. Yeah, bottom of the second inning. The Astros got a runner on second base with 2 outs now. So it's your best shot, man. And you're just letting it slip. It just can't happen. You can't be, as much as the Diamondbacks are coming back in this series, you cannot lose to this Diamondbacks team. You cannot. You're the better team. You're the better roster. You're the better everything. Prove it. You should have won this series in 5. At most. Like I said, I will credit the Diamondbacks for what they are doing. Because they are a scrappy bunch. And they're playing with a major belief. You should win this series still. As much as I'm giving credit to the Diamondbacks, you're still the fucking better team. I don't know what the atmosphere in the ballpark is going to be tomorrow. There definitely is going to be a lot of more nervous people tomorrow. I can definitely guarantee you that. The noise will probably still be there, but it's going to be a timid feeling there because they don't know what this team is going to give them. They don't know what's going to happen in the top of the first inning with Ranger Suarez. They don't know what's going to happen in the bottom of the first inning with this Phillies lineup if they come up with runners in scoring position again, if they come up short. Like, seriously, this loss is worse than Game 4. This is worse than Game 4. Because you came home, and that's where you that is where you play your best. And then you came into the day, it just no-showed. 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 It's an utter joke. It really is. It's a joke on how badly you are blowing this. How badly you're blowing this. Because even though I don't believe Braves fans have a room to talk, Braves fans are going to be insufferable if that's the case. Because I still don't believe Braves fans have a room to talk. Even though they'll bring up they won the World Series. You're going to be a laughingstock if you lose tomorrow. You know that, right? You're going to be a laughingstock if you lose. That's the case. If you lose tomorrow, this could be one of the worst collapses in Philly sports history. One of the worst. It's up there with, 2011 Game 5 of the NLDS. What other losses can you say there? That could be an utter collapse. And I guess any of the Eagles' NFC Championship losses in the early 2000s, I guess. You could say that. I don't even know. Maybe this team will eat it up, what they did tonight, and come back in tomorrow with a fuel that is as greater as ever. I hope that's the case, man. I hope that's the case. But I've lost all my confidence in this team right now. It's full-blown, prove it to me. Prove it to me that you can bounce back and win another pennant. Prove it to me. Because this city has given you all the given all their confidence into you, and you're not even close to repaying it back. Not even close to repaying it back. This city deserves another championship, and this is your best shot to do it. And you're letting it slip. This series should not have been anywhere close to a Game 7. But here we are. All hands are on fucking deck tomorrow. Everything's an option. Does Rob change the lineup? I don't know. I don't think he's going to. Rob's going to stick with what got him here. I could respect it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Stubbs really just had to say some shit about the pool in Arizona. The backup catcher, Stubbs really just had to say something. As we all know, how much saying even the littlest thing can come back to bite you in the ass. Didn't they learn from the Braves series? I'm just saying. Didn't Stubbs learn from the Braves series? And yeah, I'm sure it was harmless, saying, "Oh yeah, if we win in Arizona, we're going to celebrate in the pool." Anything remotely, even minuscule, another team is going to use that as motivation. Now you better pray and hope that the Diamondbacks said something that pissed you off, and you're using that as motivation for tomorrow. Oh, my God. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. Yeah, Bryce says it. That's the mentality they should have. Tomorrow's all about going 1-0. That's the mentality you should have. That's the mentality you should have. What else? I'm trying to think what else is up. Aaron Nola says, I haven't really thought of... Aaron Nola asked if tonight was his final time pitching at Citizens Bank Park. I don't even know why the fuck you're asking him that question. I don't know, man. Trying to see if there's anything else. Nick Castellanos says that Rangers' calmness is probably just what the Phillies need for Game 7, and he said it's definitely contagious. What else? Castellanos says Game 7 sounds like a lot of fun. Well, Nick, you better fucking show up, man. You better fucking show up, man. You better fucking show up. I swear to fucking God. It is ridiculous, man. Let's go to the Anytime Hotline. Let's go to the phones. Sean, what do you got?
You know, when I watch a baseball game or any sporting event beforehand, I try to envision how I think things would play out. Never in my wildest dreams did I envision this. I mean, the bottom line, the Phillies played the worst game they've played in the playoffs so far. When you needed to play well, you came out flatter than a pancake. I mean, when Michael Lorenzen's performance is the highlight of your night, you know it's not your night. The pitching overall sucked. The hitting overall sucked. The base running at the end sucked. I think the managing at the end sucked. Just a sucky night. Give credit to Arizona. I mean, the crowd's not going to be any louder than it was tonight, and they came out from the opening, start of the game and kicked our ass, pillar to post and all points in between. And now they've put themselves in position where, it's going to be a packed house again tomorrow, but dare I say, it's not going to be as raucous as it has been. I think the mood of this series has now changed. There's dread in the air. There's a sky is falling mentality among the fans, and rightfully so. If the Phillies lose this game tomorrow, I put it right up there with the biggest choke jobs in Philadelphia sports history. Any sport. Any sport. They're the more talented team with the bigger payroll, and they have totally allowed Arizona now to creep back in this series. It's put up or shut up time tomorrow, no excuses. They either come out and play their best game, or they can make their reservations for the golf course early and leave the choking dog losers that they are.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Seriously. 2011, you lost to an 86-win Cardinals team. Losing to an 84-win Diamondbacks team in the NLCS. Yeah, that's worse. That is worse. That is worse. In my honest opinion, that is fucking worse. I just convinced myself that would be worse. If they lose tomorrow. If they lose tomorrow, this is probably one of the worst collapses in Philly sports history. It is. It's probably up there with any of the Eagles' NFC Championships games from the early 2000s. Probably is in any sport. I can't think of anything else. I can't. What other games can you even talk about at that point? Yeah, 2011 Game 5. I know 2011 Game 2. You led in that game and then Cliff Lee blew it. What else? I don't even know. I don't even know at that point. Don't even know. Don't even know. You better fucking show up tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. You better fucking show up. You better fucking show up. Because if you lose tomorrow, burn the franchise. Burn the franchise. We can't have nice things. Just can't. If you no-show tomorrow again, in front of your crowd again, and lose to an 84-win team, how do you recover from that? How do you recover from that? You're the better team. I'll say this. You are the better team. The better team should win tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Do we need another therapy session? Probably. That's all I can say. I don't know. You better fucking win tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. You better fucking win tomorrow. That's where I'm going to leave it off. That's where I'm going to leave it off. Come into tomorrow. Ranger on the bump. Fucking win it. I wanted to see an explosion tomorrow of offense. That's what I want to see. An explosion of offense tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. But I'm going to bring my energy for tomorrow. I sure am. For this watch party that we're going to have tomorrow. And here, I want to set the tone. I want to set the tone for you guys. This is what's going to happen. We're going to come in tomorrow. We're going to wake up. We're going to eat our breakfast and do all the things that we got to do for the day. It's going to feel like 10 billion fucking years to get to 8 o'clock. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Waiting 10 billion years to get to 8 o'clock. We finally get there. We're going to have, gonna have our watch party. We start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock sharp. Get on this thing. We're going to bring the fucking energy. You know what we're going to do? We're going to kick fucking ass. That's what we got to do. We got to kick fucking ass. Win tomorrow. Win a pennant. Go to the World Series. That's what we got to do. And that's what we're going to be like tomorrow. Okay? Okay. That's what we're going to fucking do. Okay? That's what we're going to do. And I expect nothing fucking less. Man, that's the energy I need for tomorrow. That's the energy we need for tomorrow, okay? That's going to do it for tonight, boys. I appreciate everyone here that joined the shortened live, watch party because, I had that, because that game wasn't enjoyable to continue watching on a stream. And so I appreciate you joining for that. I appreciate you joining for this recap and, going through a little bit of therapy session for tomorrow. So we got to be prepared for that. So don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join the TTP Sports family to see this idiot go crazy and all that shit, regardless of what happens tomorrow. Because the reaction tomorrow is going to be crazy regardless, win or loss. Because it'll be crazy that they win. It'll be crazy that they lost. So, yeah. So thank you guys for joining. To also use the code TTP Sports, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. So, use that. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Thank you guys for joining tonight. We're going to kick fucking ass tomorrow. That's the energy we need to bring. We're going to kick this fucking team's ass to the fucking dirt. We're going to bend them over. We're going to make them feel it. We're going to go to the fucking World Series. That's what we're fucking doing. That's what we're fucking doing. That's what we're doing. Thank you guys for joining tonight.